Hey everybody, ThrewRedButter here, back again with another beer review. Coming at you tonight with a beer and from a brewery I'm reviewing for the first time on this channel. Not the first beer I've had from this brewery, but again, first time here, first time whatever. It is an Imperial Stout, aged in bourbon barrels, coming in at 12.5% alcohol by volume. Big boy. Out of Cleveland, Ohio, this is the Great Lakes Brewing Barrel Aged Blackout Stout. Very nice. And story time on the back. Bold and dark as a powerless metropolis, our Imperial Stout commemorates the infamous 2003 blackout that briefly left some 55 million people utterly unplugged. Yeah, there you go. Couldn't find much information on how long the barrel aging process was, but whatever, baby. We'll just go with it. I believe the only other Great Lakes beer I've had I couldn't even tell you how long ago it was their porter, the Edmund Fitzgerald. I think I had that at a tasting one time, a bottle share, I should say. I guess it wasn't terrible or mind-blowing, but yeah. So not my first time having this brewery, but it's been a while, and the first time I'm ever having this beer. So let's go with the appearance on the barrel-aged Blackout Stout. What do you guys think? Just pouring kind of dark brown out of the glass, take two, out of the can, but sits in the glass, pretty much pitch black. I don't even get those light brown notes on any of the edges. I got less than a finger of... That's khaki colored head. Not even brown or light brown, but khaki colored. Not too bad at all. Let's get an aroma on the barrel-aged Blackout Stout. It's kind of very malty is my initial impression. There's like subtle aerated chocolate or like a chocolate malt. Maybe like a little bit of oak, subtle oak. Like subtle is the name of the game here. I'm not getting like a bourbon present on this one at all. Like subtle vanilla, subtle oak, subtle chocolate. Subtle coffee, I'm sorry, yeah. Uh, I mean, it smells like it's got a lot of characteristics of a really good stout, but I'm not really picking up a lot of barrel or bourbon on this one, but who knows? That could completely change on the taste, as we've seen on this channel before. So, let's get a taste on the Great Lakes Brewing Barrel-Aged Blackout Stout. Cheers. Bourbon is here on the taste. I get a pretty decent alcohol flavor to this. Not enough to make it, I don't know, off-putting, I guess I should say, but it's definitely there. Huh. Little more bourbon there. More chocolate. All right. Actually, yeah, chocolate's not bad on this one, as is the like I think as soon like once that alcohol taste again, which isn't horribly bad, subsides, then you start getting more bourbon, more chocolate, more coffee. Again, a little bit of oak, a little bit of vanilla. little bit of char and smoke. I gotta say, it's really hitting more and more I sip on this. It's hitting all of the, it's, checking off everything that a great bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout should be. Even it's checking off everything a world class bourbon barrel aged stout should be. But it's so subtle and subdued. I don't know. It's kind of odd. Like, let's say all of those flavors that you're looking for on a scale of 1 to 10 on a world class level. Obviously, if they're 10 out of 10. Here, they're like 6 out of 10. It's like, I don't know. It's very almost distilled down. Like, it's there. It's there, but they're not potent or robust enough to kick it to the next level. So it's almost like it's like the Diet Coke version of a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. Mouthfeel is nice and full. Could be a bit more viscous for over 12%, but it gets the job done. Definitely not the thickest, most robust or smooth mouthfeel for a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout, but it gets the job done. Yeah, drinkability is pretty easy for the veterans out there of the bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stouts, maybe just because of it's not overpowering on the taste. Unfortunately, yes, that is a knock against it. Maybe that's why drinkability is so quote unquote high, even though I wouldn't say it's high, but I mean, again, it's just a subdued version of a bourbon barrel aged of a world class. I'll say that it's a subdued version of a world class bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. The flavors just are not popping on this one, even though they are detectable. They're just not coming to the forefront as much as they should. So, as a final score, final verdict, final rating on the Great Lakes Brewing Bourbon Barrel Aged Blackout Stout. 12.5% alcohol by volume. Yeah, like I said, it's there. It wants to be better than it is. The flavors and the aromas are just not jumping out as much as they should. It's not. The flavors and the aromas are not as robust as they should be, but again, they're all there. But as it is, it's pretty good for what it is, but could have been so much more. So I'll go like 7.5 out of 10. 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. Great Lakes Brewing Barrel Aged Blackout Stout. That's going to do it for me through Red Butter. Till next time. Cheers, everybody.